So today our focus will be on what? On true, false, or yes, no, or not given type of questions, and short answer questions. So true, false, yes, no, not given, because when you have true, false, then one or two other statements may be not given also. And the skill of paraphrasing. Now we are going to focus on this. So do you understand what paraphrasing is? What does the word paraphrase mean? Can anyone tell me? This is one skill you really need in the IELTS exam. Whether it's the speaking test, the writing test, or the listening test, in all you require it. So why should you develop the skill? Because in speaking also you require it. In
Obviously.
listening also you paraphrase what they say, because the paraphrase of what you have in the answer may be given when you listen to something. In writing test also you should be able to paraphrase the questions. So in reading, why should you have this skill? Because then you get more clarity of what you read. You're able to understand something clearly. When you read something, if in your mind you understand it in your own words, the clarity is more. Then the main idea, like how the heading is there, how the other ideas support it. So the supporting ideas, you are able to connect them. You're able to understand them better. That's why this is needed. And then, of course, in the questions, because questions do not repeat exactly the same words. Questions have a paraphrase of what is given in the passage. You should be able to, some students are not able to understand the questions. Why? Because they are not able to understand the paraphrase. So that's why this skill becomes so important. So what should you be able to paraphrase? First is you should be able to paraphrase the heading. For instance, like when you read the newspaper, suppose we read the newspaper and there I read in the news headline that the fatal bus accident kills 40. So the news headline, from the news headline, what do I paraphrase? That means this news is all about what? It's all about the accident of a bus.
Yes,
right. And the death of so many people.
Yeah.
Right. Then there is a subheading after that. In the subheading, it is mentioned where it happened, or maybe the first sentence it's mentioned where it happened, or when it happened, and also subheading gives you a little more information about what you can expect. Now, if there are many paragraphs in it, then each paragraph gives you one piece of information. And for each paragraph, the first sentence tells you, in a way, conveys to you what that paragraph is all about. So you should be able to paraphrase the heading, the subheadings, the first sentence of each paragraph. Then sometimes in between, there are opinion adjectives. Opinion adjectives where somebody has written something, if it's an article, and the author mentions that, okay, like suppose I'm the author and I write something about Chandigarh. I live in Chandigarh, I write something about Chandigarh. And then in that, I write that this is the most beautiful city in India. Is this a fact?
Yes, it is.
Oh, no, it is not a fact. This is when I say this is, I can say Chandigarh has been designed, right? It's a designed city. It's a well-planned city. It's a new city. These are all facts. It has got many sectors. These are all facts. It has got a market in each sector. This is a fact. It has got good schools. This is like the moment I say good schools, good is giving my view. But when I say it has got 15 schools, 20 schools, that's a fact. So when I say this, yes, when I say this is the most beautiful city, for me, it may be the most beautiful. For you, it may not be the most beautiful. Maybe it is the second best city. Somebody else, it may be a bad city, not all that good. So we have these opinion adjectives, describing words. Based on such words, we have questions of yes, no, not given. They're always based on the opinion of the author. Then the key, so we should be able to paraphrase them. Then the keywords in the questions, we should be able to paraphrase the keywords. And sometimes while reading, while skimming, what is skimming? Can anyone tell me what is skimming?
No idea.
It's an important skill and we'll do it in detail in one of the classes. But in brief, what I can tell you is when you get the newspaper, do you all read the newspaper? But all right, whether online newspaper we read, do you start reading each piece of news? No. What do? You look at the headings first. This is what it is. This is what it is. When you find something interesting, then you read that,
That's
right?
right. Yeah.
So when you just go through the headings, the subheadings and all, that's what skimming is.
Mm.
And then you know, okay, which news is given where, and then you read that in detail. Similar thing we did do in IELTS reading also, reading test. Right?
Okay.
Similar
Yep.
thing we do in that. First you skim the text. So while skimming it, if you come across some difficult words, like you should be able to paraphrase. Don't get stuck over there. Paraphrase by reading the complete sentence.
Mhm.
That's what you should do. Now, why is skimming also important? Suppose here I start reading the questions. Okay, answer these short answer questions. Confectionery shops usually make use of which method of cooking? Now, do we know what is given in the passage? Where is it given? No. So many students do this. See, this technique may be there at schools, but not at this level. You'll be wasting your time. Remember, you have to answer 40 questions. So first is you go through the passage quickly, the text quickly. If there are headings, subheadings, go through them quickly. You will know what is given where, at the top, in between, at the end, what is given where. And then when you read a question, you go and read only that part for details. You scan only that part.